All right, welcome. This is Huge Movie Fanatic Nate, joined by Keith.
Hello, everybody.
This is kind of cool and very appropriate. I had someone, Gary Page from the UK, he's a follower of the channel. He actually requested a Nate commentary of the original Chainsaw, and I've been meaning to do this for weeks, and it just so happened that there's mosquitoes. We're doing this outside just for fun and to torture ourselves.
Right.
But it just so happened that me and Keith reconnected after a bazillion years. Feel free to check out the reunion video to get more on that. But I thought, well, how frickin' appropriate would it be for me to do a commentary with my buddy from over 10 years ago that we bonded, pretty much over a couple things, The Rodent from Dick Tracy and also this film.
Yeah, that's right. And so it should be fun because it's a new version.
I don't think Keith has seen this. This is the most recent version, 40th anniversary 4K scan. So we got a TV outside and the mosquitoes. It's too bad we're not doing it. It's August. Too bad it ain't August 18th. That'd be perfect.
That would be.
Do you know what the date is? I can get it right now on the
9th.
We've got August 9th,
August 9th
so
today, yeah.
it's almost the 18th. That would have been the perfect day to do it. But before we get started, is there anything you want to say, or?
Well, it's been a while since I've actually watched the whole thing.
And we're going to be doing. This might be the very first time you'll see it with no sound, so maybe you'll see more than you've ever seen before.
Other than our sound, yes.
Yeah, we can. Well, maybe you want to quickly talk about that before we start the movie. One of our first, back in '91, after we met, basically our first creative endeavor together was what? Well, you can explain it.
Was we edited the original 1973 Texas Chain Saw Massacre.
And what that means is, soon after we became friends, I revealed to Keith, among other things, just kidding, that I could put sound, any sound over any video that I wanted to, provided it wasn't copy protected. And at the time, Chainsaw wasn't. I don't think any of the VHSs of Chainsaw were copy protected.
Maybe
So,
part two.
well, right,
Yeah,
2 was
yeah.
back in the '80s, the media home video version,
Yeah.
but. Once he found out I could put audio over any video or whatever, the thing that sprung into his little 14-year-old mind was, well, let's just put goofy voices and stuff over Texas
Yeah, let's do
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw.
And, well, so that sounded good to me at the time, and the rest is history. Unfortunately, we can't share it on YouTube because it's got a lot of real songs. We just had the radio playing in the background, so it's got real songs.
Yeah, probably some offensive content.
Well, these days, yeah, a lot of stuff that would probably offend a lot of snowflakes out there.
Yeah.
But, there might be a way to get it to people, just sharing MP3s and file sharing stuff. If anyone's interested in hearing that, let me know in the comments and we can figure something out. Can't share it on YouTube, but possibly other ways. So.
And so this is the 40K version, and what did we refer to that version as?
Oh, okay, good call. So basically back in 1991, the best version in North America to watch Chainsaw was the original, film to tape transfer from probably the 80s, and we called it, we lovingly referred to it as the green version. And actually Keith brought it up last time we were together that it might actually be fun to revisit that. Maybe you and I can do that one day, as I've got a couple of the original media tapes. So. Yeah, the green version is the way we saw the film for the very first time, in the late 80s and early 90s, and it wouldn't be until like 93 that MPI would put out the first kind of restored.
Right, we never knew what we were missing.
Right, exactly. And that was just really, really cool to see for the first time in 93. Is that the version that has like 2 bells and 2 honks? It might be.
Yeah, it is, because I got the key. They took the keys. Jerry took the keys.
There's like when Franklin's freaking out, there's like two different horn sounds.
Yeah. It was there was that, and there was something else, wasn't there?
Like I don't know if it was like, it seems like maybe the jingle bells on Pam's bracelet or
something. Either that or they're just more audible. I don't.
Yeah, it was something like that. I can remember you saying that. Like, I've never heard her bracelet before.
Yeah, like where you didn't know what it was because maybe the sound was so faint. Oh,
there's
yeah,
like 2 knocks.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey pal.
Yeah.
We can maybe talk about that during the. Shall we start the old?
Yeah.
Thelma Rooney.
Let's get it rolling.
And as always, during these commentaries, obviously for copyright reasons, you're not seeing or hearing any of the movie. You're welcome to play the movie back on your end throughout the movie. I'm sure we'll do several splats and hee-hees and lines to keep you guys in sync if you guys choose to watch it with us. So with that said, let's see if this DVD player works. A Vortex Hinkle Hooper production for those of you listening along. A film by Tobe Hooper. I always used to think it was Tobe when I was a kid. Tobe.
What were the names that I got wrong here? Didn't I call it?
Yeah, so the scroll's starting right now, everyone. You called Paul Partain Polly Parton
Polly Parton.
as a 14-year-old, and I can't remember.
I think Jim Cito, I called him something else.
I can't remember. I know you called Walt Gorney Ed Gooney.
No, Ed Gooney.
Maybe that's what you were thinking
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
But the only one I can remember is Paul Partain, or Paul A. Parton.
Polly Parton. I know.
I can't remember if you screwed up any other names from this movie. Probably.
Well, that's the one I know for sure. And then Ed Gooney.
Ed Gooney,
Also,
a.k.a.
years later,
Walt
I'm like,
Gorney.
who's Ed Gooney?
Yeah, well, that's what I wondered
You
too.
called him.
So the scroll is gonna disappear right now.
And John Larroquette, he did the.
Yep, John
the
Larroquette.
new
If
one,
you're
too.
listening to the actual sound, which you're not, because you're listening to this, he did the talk for this one and like the 03 film. He probably did 06 as well, I would imagine, and then the recent
maybe.
debacle 22. So we got black screen and this is.
The rustling.
I love these sounds, by the way. That's a little late.
And I don't think I could tell when I saw it, as a kid, when I was older, but you learn later on that this is actually the hitchhiker.
Doing taking these pictures.
He's the one doing that.
Yeah, but you didn't put it together when the hitchhiker's got a camera around his neck?
No, not until later when he says, "I told you to, I told you to stay away from the graveyard." And
Okay.
and when I actually thought more about the movie, when I got a little older, I'm like,
Oh,
okay, so
that was the hitchhiker. I like when movies just put that stuff in there and don't just shove it down your throat. Unfortunately, we already missed the shot that cuts to black abruptly. I told Keith about that. It was the middle, not the end.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did you see it?
I kind of saw it.
It,
Yeah.
it was kind of like it was on and then just off.
Yeah, it didn't do the
fade
burn,
off.
the
Nope.
burn fade.
So but just for those listeners, we're watching the 40th anniversary 4K version, and it's the first time Keith might be seeing it. So I think the visual anomalies are all behind us. But now there's the.
Well, with the 40K, it really, the way they're doing it here, the way it looks, it really makes it look hot.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Which it was. And there's our art project right there.
I know. It just busts my balls that I didn't go and get that.
I still don't know what we told the teacher that it was.
Yeah, I still don't know either. It would have been nice to have had
It's
just
a guy sitting on a
personal audio recording device, just recording our whole youth. But right now we hear that cool radio announcers, parts of the man's dimples have been removed.
the dimples. Yeah.
I can't remember. Is that what he actually says? I can't remember.
I don't know how you remove dimples.
No, I don't think it was. Oh, genitals! I think was the line.
Yeah, it's
The
pretty
genitals.
sure it's genitals.
A portion of the man's genitals.
Ray
have been
Robin, is
removed.
this hour's top news story?
A sheriff from Jesus Maldonado
Jesus Albinado.
reports that jing jing jing
I
jing
swear,
jing. Jing. There's the title on
we
the
edited
screen.
it again, it probably would have said like avocado or something.
Jesus Avocado. Here's the famous cast, and I was in email. Did you email Paul Partain? I can't remember.
I think I did, yeah.
I was in brief email
Yeah.
contact with Paul Partain in the early 2000s. I bugged him for a while. I think I wished him a happy new year in the 2001, us not knowing what the hell was going to happen later that year. It's always cool,
Right.
I'm not going to mention it, never mind.
Yeah.
So the Daniel Pearl was 23 when he did this. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah, how old was Hooper?
I don't know how old Tobe Hooper was when he did this. I don't imagine he was out of his 20s.
The other members of the cast, I think, were fairly young, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know all their ages offhand.
I would say Partain looks the oldest.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Have you ever heard the story of, it's funny how I said that right when story and screenplay was on the screen, the story that Franklin said that the last shot he did in the movie
Was the piece with the
going down the hill, and do you know what's in his
Yeah,
pocket?
the check.
Paid in full.
Paid in full. I said nope, not until I'm paid.
I ain't gonna go down the hill unless I'm paid in full, and you go down the hill first.
Yeah, you go down first.
Now, when I was a kid, we're seeing armadillo right now. I always thought that some car was going to splat and run over that close-up.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought too. And then
Kind of disappointed and grateful at the same time. Then when it didn't happen.
yeah.
What a drag carrying this invalid
Everybody
around.
out. Yeah.
Carrying this invalid around was.
Well, well then, when you when you listen to the actual commentary, you know, the cast kind of talked, you know, the cast that decided to speak about it, because for a while a lot of them they didn't want to be associated with it, but some of them came around. They all actually hated Franklin because he was always in character.
Yeah.
They hated Paul. He was always whiny and just, I guess he annoyed everybody for real.
Because he didn't come out of character. That's some method acting. I mean, ever since I was a kid, you gotta love this part.
You can see his check you can see it in there.
You can see it in there. I loved how the head goes down, goes to the side.
And see, before, I used to just, when I was a kid, I mean, I knew he was Franklin, but I always called him Mushroom Head.
Oh, okay, because of his hair?
Well, yeah, and it was so dark. The movie had such a darkness to it that it did. It looked like a...
Franklin! That was like their Sam Peckinpah editing techniques. You okay?
Oh.
Shit. This heat is just driving me crazy. I don't know if I can take much more. We're not going to start doing the whole movie, but we're just keeping you guys in sync. Look at his hairy chest.
Meanwhile, Saturn's in retrograde.
Oh my God! Has Jerry said his line yet?
Oh, yeah, and you know what we used to say? Yeah, it's Jerry. He says,
You've been doing those Reader's Digest columns, Bird Polar columns again?
Do you believe all that stuff your old lady's talking to me? I don't know. but we used to think it said this. Do you believe all that stuff your old lady's hawking me?
Oh yeah. I think we're gonna remember a lot of the things we misheard as kids. I can't remember if we said it on a video that went up on for the channel, or if we were just talking among ourselves, but as teenagers, we thought a lot of the lines in here, we didn't understand a lot of them. So, throughout the course of the movie, we'll let people know what we thought was a line and really wasn't. There's the drunk. That's so funny. You get it. Heal that gene. I'm gonna run off with your girl here. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, folks, this girl's granddad's buried here.
Oh my God.
Been in there the whole time, none.
The movie is so authentic with the Texas hick folk.
And I used to say this all the time. This guy.
Yeah.
You probably got sick.
I probably did get sick of it.
Happen here about, we'll tell about.
Old man.
I see things.
Talking.
That's where I got that.
Old man. Talking. You laugh at an old man. It's hims that laugh.
It's hims that laughs and knows better.
Anyway, we'll try to talk about our feelings about the film in addition to the dialogue.
I almost wish there's a scene here that they cut out when they get.
Was it in the deleted?
Yeah, it was. It was where she goes. I saw it myself. He didn't look dug up to me. And then Jerry's like, he didn't.
Oh, that's right.
And they'll start laughing. It's kind of where they're making fun of Franklin in a way.
Okay.
And it was showing you that relationship where he's just him.
He's just this invalid, this fifth wheel that is just a joke to them.
And he's just the whole car ride. He's grossing everybody out.
Look at it. Why is his shirt ripped? I mean, it's like they filmed this after he went down there. Oh, maybe that's why. Because it's after. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's from that.
There's the drooling. I answered my own question. Yeah.
They start squealing and freaking out and everything.
Maybe, why don't you do that line right here when we come back to him if you'd like to.
All right, let's see.
See what you can do over 10 years later.
they started squealing and freaking out and everything. Somebody would come up and bash them in the head 2 or 3 times, and then sometimes they wouldn't kill them. I mean, they had to scare them sometimes before they were even.
That's another one of the things we didn't know it was skin them.
Yeah.
Keith thought it was scare them. Like we're gonna scare the cows before we slaughter
Well, to
them.
be fair, I don't think skinning animals came to our minds.
We were 14, so we didn't know they skinned animals. We just thought hamburger meat just came out.
there.
They just made it like cereal out of yeah.
Man, it's hot in here.
Okay, I can see the mushroom head thing. Oh, there's the knife.
There it
Do
is.
you want to tell the brief story
Oh.
about me and Frank and?
So when Nate here was corresponding with Paul Partain,
On email.
yep, on email, somehow it got brought up that he still had the knife from the movie that he had there.
Supposedly.
Even though he loses it later, but he still, but he had it. And so Nate was like, "Hey, would you want to sell it? You know, how much would you want for it?" And Paul was like, "Well, make an offer." And Nate said, "Well, how about $100?" And then the reply was, "Not enough."
And then I said,
"How about 200?"
and the reply.
I don't know what you said.
What was the
but
reply?
Not enough.
So I think I gave up after 2 times. Like, give me a starting.
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, so I tried to buy the knife, but
Yeah.
for the record, maybe I can show you it someday. I don't know if I know where it is right now, but I did find one that was really similar looking, like that my grandpa had. I mean, it's not the exact thing, but the blade is like the exact same shape.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. So now we have. Keith was telling that story for us while they were picking up a certain hitchhiker. This guy.
There it is.
Oh my God! And what did you used to think was on his face? Can you remember?
A birthmark.
You don't remember what you referred to the?
What did I call it?
I'll give you a couple seconds, and you let me know when you want me to tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fruit roll-up on his face.
That's what it is?
No, that's what you thought it
Oh.
was.
That's a fruit roll-up.
I don't. That's what it is.
When did I say that?
I don't know if you said it when we were 14 or in our 20s, but at some point you said something about. I don't think you said it on our,
Right.
on our
Fruit roll-up.
dubbing of it or editing of
They
it.
stuck
But
a fruit roll-up to his face.
you know what? We were watching it in January '93, and I was taping us watch it. It was after we did the critics. We were
Okay.
having, or before or after the next day or something. We were having pie and watching Massacre. That's what you said. Looks like a
Alright.
fruit roll-up on his face.
Oh, I said looks like. I didn't really think that.
Oh no, yeah, you said
Yeah.
it looks like a fruit roll-up.
I don't know. I don't know if they had fruit roll-ups then.
Well, yeah, I don't know if
Let
they
me
have them
see 'em.
now.
They don't throw their heads away.
and I didn't notice this in the stuff. You could never get that line out
Yeah.
fast enough. Yeah, feel free to just.
Sure, I like it. It's
It
good.
was a little late there for those listening back.
Oh, you'd probably like it if you didn't know it was in. No, I wouldn't. I wish you'd stop talking about it.
Oh. Franklin, you're making everybody sick.
Oh.
Oh, all right. And by the way, we should also mention here that we've got what tune is playing in the background.
Spend most every day at the Sidewalk Cafe.
He'd always call it the Sidewalk Cafe, but it's really called "Fool,
Fool
for
for
a
a
Blonde" by Roger Bartlett and Friends. Is that it? I don't know.
That's who it is. Yeah.
And I spent the winter, the 2000-2001 winter in Washington State, and I was so excited because while I was there, I downloaded the
Oh,
song.
come on.
I downloaded the song off the internet, and I was going back.
Yeah.
I was going back in February back home, and I waited. I was so excited to show you. I put it on the. Can you remember? You were over at the house, and I put it on the stereo. I'm like, look at what I got here. And then it started, and it's kind of a
It's like,
ridiculous,
whoa!
ridiculous beginning. But after a while, you're like, holy shit!
Right. How'd you find this?
That's one of the advantages to the internet. But Hitchhiker just massacred his hand. You can actually see on the.
And the line
see the
where
tube.
where Kirk had said, "Hey man, put that knife up."
Oh,
When I was little, I never understood that because he's sitting there and the knife is pointed
it
up.
is pointed
So
up.
I'm like, what's that mean?
It was an old.
I have this knife. I'm sure you do, man. It's a good knife.
I'm sure it is. You keep it.
Right.
Yeah, that was old terminology for putting a knife away, I guess.
yeah,
Put it
yeah,
up.
put it up,
And in '91, we didn't know what the hell that meant. It's like it can't get any higher. I would imagine, now that we're seeing him pull out his Polaroid camera from
what would you give to find a camera like that?
not much,
Maybe
$100, not enough. But I think as a kid, I always kind of connected the fact that this camera the flash is probably the one that was flashing at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
I can't say for sure, but
Right. Another thing with the the 4K here, 40th.
are you noticing things?
Well, yeah, like before. I mean, even past that, but before, like when you in the original copy of the movie, when you see in the van, you couldn't really make out any of the stuff that's behind the hitchhiker. Like there's looks like a foam bedroll.
Yep.
There's like an umbrella or something.
There's a guitar
case. There's the guitar, like that. Like I was wondering, where the hell's this guitar he talks about? You never see it, and there you just see the neck of it, the case there.
Who talks about the guitar?
Kirk does. I could sell him my guitar or bring him a couple bucks.
They don't want your guitar. Let's just go back now. Clunk, clunk,
And this
clunk.
guy going from sad to happy.
This guy is one of the first bipolar. We're just watching. Okay, right here. Didn't turn out so good.
It's a nice picture. You can pay me now.
Huh?
$2. It's a good picture.
No, man. Franklin, give him back the damn picture.
I saw that picture.
You kidding me? I was late there, but anyway, we love this film.
Now he's just dejected.
Yeah.
Now, why do they sit there while this guy's doing this stuff? Those kind of.
Right.
He's already cut himself.
Yeah. Don't you think they'd kick him out after he sliced his hand up?
Right. And now he's mad about this. Now he's pulling out.
You look at the picture is awful. It's just the windows and everything else is dark.
I never knew what I thought he was like putting tobacco or something. I didn't know it was like gunpowder.
Right. I always thought it was funny the first time it didn't light up. Okay, here we go. The way he's moving his arms right there. Oh, let's look at Franklin. He's freaked out here. Okay, so at this point we don't know. We hope they're.
Hey man, what are you doing, man? Stay away from him, man.
Bloop. A little bubble there. Oh my God.
What? What's going on?
And for the record, I don't know the first time my uncle saw this, but he thought this was just the most appalling, disgusting movie ever made.
Well, also in the old version, you couldn't see him do that right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it was what, too dark?
It was too dark, so it just looked like he was,
okay.
curling his lips.
You couldn't see the tongue
like out. I'm like, I know. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
I think you can on that shot. You can barely hear that sound.
Yeah.
I was about half ready to call the cops.
That's the last goddamn hitchhiker I ever pick up. Sally. Here's Franklin's horoscope.
Oh my God. I don't know all her dialogue there, but Franklin.
It's not doing enough to cheer one up. It could be an unpredictable day.
Oh.
Something like that. Read Sally, she's Capricorn.
Oh, Sally, I think that'll be all right.
What did Kirk say? I'm about half ready to call a cop.
Yeah.
I don't.
You thought he said half afraid or something
half
like.
afraid to call a cop.
Capricorn's ruled by Saturn.
Oh no.
There are moments when something is actually happening. Pinch yourself, and you may find out that it is. Now, apparently, this guy here, it's another green shirt, just like the hitchhiker. Apparently, this guy, and I find this hard to believe because Marilyn Burns was relatively attractive, but this was a friend of Marilyn Burns, I guess. I just can't imagine. It's just lucky guy, I guess.
Just a guy who hung around.
He maybe a Marilyn Burns stalker, but that's how he ended up in the film, and I think he's well suited for the.
Yeah, he's just. We want you to stare at the sun. Just keep going.
Everybody out. Yeah.
My coin's stuck.
That was one of our If we get enough people asking for the our version, I can share it, the MP3s and file sharing, and
Yeah, that's true.
get it to them. Just they don't need the visual, just the audio. But here's the late
Fill her up, please.
the late great Jim Sedow, and I actually had some correspondence with his son in the early 2000s, hoping to get an autograph, and
Nice.
it didn't work out, and I never got it. So, but I've already showcased on the channel my autograph from Paul Partain, and when you and I cut up, you reminded me that I guess I got you one as well.
Yep, I got one.
So we're both the owner of Paul Partain autograph. The same picture, I think, with him peeing. I mean,
that's like the iconic one, I guess.
The other one that was available was
the old two-story rock house that's sitting up on a rock hill.
maybe I've seen something like that up that way. Will come up. This guy is actually not as old there as he looks.
No.
He's like only like 50 or something.
He's only 50.
Well, I guess, yeah.
Well,
I guess
so
when we were 14, 50.
So what was he, like 60 in part 2?
Must have been. And it was like over 10 years later.
I mean, I remember seeing in some commentary, it must have been after the part 2 at some point. He's like, yeah, sure, I'd make another one.
Oh, I know. That was like some documentary.
Got some good barbecue here. Why don't you fellas stick around here a while, huh?
Yeah, I mean, as much as
Yeah, we got some good worms here. She gets herself some worms.
Yeah, that was what I said in the.
Yeah.
When we did our version, we mostly stuck to the dialogue, but if we found something funny to sneak in there that was different or humorous, we weren't afraid to do it.
Yeah.
Now I've always appreciated the low shot here of the ladies.
Yeah.
Look at how dirty, how sudsy
soap over the window.
Soap is. Look at that shot.
Told us if there's one? Man, it wouldn't hurt to ask,
All right, I'll go ask. You want to do this one?
Damn it, the hell would you just stop back there for gas?
He did that right on sync if you guys are watching along with us. You think this place has room service?
Yeah, you could tell they were doing some shots of the ladies there. They liked Terry McNim's legs.
And buttocks.
Yeah.
And this was actually, I think...
Was he cutting up the van?
The van was actually Ted Nicolau's van, I want to say. He'd go on to direct some full moon movies.
Yeah, and I thought I saw something where he said what happened to this van.
Oh my God!
I mean, I'm sure it's rusted away somewhere now.
Well, not if it stayed down south. Well, everything rusts, I guess, after time anywhere.
Right.
But you couldn't see this in like the early green version, but you can see the truck out there. See that?
Do that to yourself like he did, God.
See the truck out the window?
I do,
It was always too bright.
Oh yeah, and then in the green you couldn't.
It was just washed out.
There.
What? Franklin, you're crazier than he was. I got us some worms for those girls.
This is the closest place to get worms.
Okay, this is where for the very first time the occupants of the van see the mark of Zorro.
No, I don't know. Did in the director commentary or anything, did they ever say if the mark was intentional for something? On the van?
Yeah, the official word is he wasn't trying to actually make any symbol.
Any map or any
It was just
wiping his crap.
Wiping it.
Right. They weren't thinking that in depth of.
That's
Oh, it's going to be a way for the guy at the gas station to know.
Yeah, well, that's doing a lot of thinking.
Right.
I mean, that's very possible.
Even though he couldn't see it because the van door was.
It would have been almost, if you wanted to go that route, it would have been cool to like show the van door shut and then show a shot of Cito like kind of looking at it and makes a face like Mark.
Franklin, he wipes the bloody knife all over his shirt. He's busy cutting up the van. There's plenty of junk in there, but no, he chooses this shirt.
You're towing us back in your chair. Like there in the green version, I don't think you could even barely see his face.
No, that's like his just mushroom head.
Right.
That's how you knew it was him.
Now he's eating a dick. Hey, you think that guy trying to follow? I don't know what he's saying.
You think of me by blowing up my picture like that?
I love how no one answers them.
But they're just like,
Well, look at the heat coming off the pavement.
Yeah.
For anyone who's not watching with us, there's
heat
coming off the pavement.
Got kind of slight foreboding music at this part.
There's the rock house on the rock hill.
And interesting enough, when we see the family house later, um, I used to say as a kid that the area there resembled my grandparents' place.
Oh, okay.
Because we were out there.
Yeah.
I said, look, it's like the Leatherface house. Kind of a little bit. You could see it a little bit. Obviously, wasn't as junked up and stuff. But
I can remember back in the early 90s, there was the neighbor next door had like I want to say it was even green. It wasn't this old, but they had like a van.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember,
Yeah.
like next to the house in between their house and ours.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying, that's the massacre van.
If I found one, I would be tempted to pick it up, just because.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. Okay, so this is '73 probably when they're filming.
Yeah.
So is it really? You think it's a late '60s van, maybe, probably?
Yeah, I mean, it could be an early '70s van, late '60s, early '70s, yeah. Hey, whoop. It's Mark Azzaro. He's coming to get you.
Jerry, come on. I want to see the inside.
Hey, wait a minute.
Look at that.
Hey, you don't think that guy trying to follow us, do you?
What for?
You know what we said in the edit, right?
Why?
It just goes like this. Why? And then there's no response after that. Yeah.
Where's my knife?
Kurt?
Sally. This was my room. Ooh, what happened?
Had these fascinations with the zebras.
What happened to my
grandmother? She died.
Oh, that's Keith's phone.
Yep.
Pretend we didn't hear it. And yeah, apparently this stuff, you couldn't see it in the green version at all, but it's like a huge swarm of.
Yeah, that back
Well,
there.
no, that's just the spider web. But what we see coming up right here is a huge swarm of daddy long legs.
Yeah, it just looked like a blackness kind of moving around.
That, oh my God! If you're
Yeah.
arachnophobia, don't watch that shot. But and then they put some weird sound
But
too.
yeah, that spider web, you couldn't even see that.
Yeah.
That's what I was pointing at.
Okay, yeah. Is that
Yeah.
the first time you saw the spider web, or
No, but yeah, a lot of this stuff we.
saw in more recent versions?
Yeah, and this is probably my favorite thing.
In life?
Well, one of my favorite things in a movie that just kind of epitomizes this character.
One thing that's always been a bummer is that a car goes by here. It kind of ruins the desolation
right,
aspect.
like what are they doing out there?
Yeah, there's the car. It's kind of a bummer, but
Sorry.
shit. Ugh. I don't know if people out there who are maybe not so big of fans, but there's outtakes out there of Paul Partain actually falling backwards.
Yeah.
Because the wheels are going through the wood.
I was remembering our whole dialogue right there.
Do you want to,
We'll save it.
save it if they want to
Yeah. If they
listen
want-
to it
yeah.
via file sharing? Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. You won't want to miss the scene of Franklin trying to get into the house. That's for sure.
Oh, shoot. It had something to do with, okay.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, there was all kinds of, I think we added some sound effects.
Yeah, well,
What?
you went,
Yeah, like something like that.
I don't know if they could hear that on the commentary. Oh, are you going to do this? You go for it?
Sure, I'll go for it. Come on, Franklin. It's going to be a fun trip. If I had more fun today, I don't think I'm going to be able to ram myself.
That's what he said in our. That's what he said in his little edit.
Yeah, that's a little
Oh, girl.
little preview of that one. Yeah, oh girl.
No, I don't think he
I think he says God.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he thinks, oh God.
Keith always thought, he said, "Oh, girl," and there's that. It's gone now, but that piece of fabric hanging
Yeah.
back there. Didn't you think it was someone standing there?
Right, in the green version, to me it looked like a shadow of somebody standing back there. There you go. You can do
Well,
it.
Pam and I like to go swimming, man. Oh, there used to be a trail down there between them two old sheds.
Come on, let's go.
Jerry and Sally going?
No, we'll see in about an hour or so.
Yeah. See in about an hour or so. He's starting to get into his bitching mode, and then he sees
I'm trying to still figure.
this out. Yeah, we'll never know what this is. I'm assuming, like, the family was put it there. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, because it's like bird bones and feathers, and I don't know what else it's.
Like in a pillow?
But then what is this?
Sally?
I think this is this a chicken hanging?
Sally?
Chicken bones or?
I always thought, yeah, I thought this was a hand when I was
But
really
the
young.
fingers are too long.
Well, it's not a hand, but
Yeah.
Jesus. It's not a hand, but I always thought it was a hand when I was younger.
There's snakes, scorpions, man-eating lizards.
Shoot them and put them out of our misery. They're talking about Franklin there.
Oh, that's when they get oh, oh, crap.
This must be it. Incidentally, when I was a kid, I mean, I watched the whole movie now, obviously, but when I was a kid, I pretty much didn't watch this first, half or whatever.
You went to those, yeah.
Yeah, because we're like 31 minutes into the movie, and I just, as a kid, I pretty much just watched the.
Nothing's happened yet.
Right, I thought it was so long, like the hitchhiker and all this stuff.
Franklin never was little. Yeah.
But I mean, it's funny as an adult, the whole movie is so short now in retrospect, especially compared to what movies are a lot of times now.
Right.
It's like frickin' 70 something minutes, 75, like if you don't include credits.
Gasoline.
Clunk, 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 clunk. It's really kind of a bummer that the.
What that house is.
Oh, I didn't see it, but there was a house in the distance.
I think so. It might have been actually. It might have been.
It might have been that barn. It's one thing I was going to say just then is it's the kind of, I don't know if you'd even call it music, but whatever it is, that the kind of, well, we'll just call it music in this movie is just so great, and it's kind of a shame. I don't think there's ever been like a release of just like the quote unquote music.
Right. I don't think so.
It'd be so cool if they just put out the.
Now here's the
music.
thing, like, if you're wandering around and you come upon like a bunch of cars camouflaged. Now I think in one of the deleted things there's a shot, I might be wrong, where it's like buried, where you see the antenna sticking out of the ground, like they had actually
buried a car. I can't remember. I haven't seen.
But if you saw that, I mean,
that's kind of sketchy right there.
Right.
The shot of the cars under the what's that called?
Camouflage netting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're in the middle of nowhere. Why would you need that?
Now this always confused me. They actually show two generators. I always thought this other shot was a different angle of this.
Yeah.
But it's two. We're seeing this generator here.
And then the barrel.
And then then we're showing another one.
Which that's the gas.
Pouring slowly into the generator, so it just goes forever.
I guess. Leave him my guitar and give him a couple bucks. We gotta come back by here anyway. Like, he has to come back by this house. I don't understand that, but
Movie license. So apparently they built this. This is really cool. The guy, the production designer, would go on to do work on Tourist Trap. Are you familiar with Tourist Trap?
Oh yeah.
That's a favorite of mine.
Yeah.
He'd go on to work on that. He built this little.
Your world is dark.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
He built this swing out of railroad ties, I want to say.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Looks great. I never understood this bit here with the
tooth.
The tooth. It must just be on there on the ground, and he just kicks it.
Yeah, well,
it's like someone tossed it out of the door.
I know, like, why wouldn't you find it strange? You just, I don't know.
got something for you.
What is it? I think I actually said that.
Probably.
Ow!
Look at all that.
Woo! Let's go!
Here we go.
Hey, pal.
Yeah, one of the many misunderstandings we always thought, as a kids, as teenagers, we always thought he said, "Hey, pal."
Because he kind of looks behind him when he says it, and then but it's actually Pam.
Yeah, he's actually saying, "Hey, Pam."
Yeah. Come look at this.
Let's go. So yeah, in the 93 MPI VHS, there's like two separate kind of knocks. Here, do a knock. It's like, yeah, right here. Clink. There's some clink there too.
Yeah.
Hey, pal.
Like, I don't know if I saw all that. I mean,
Yeah, you gotta go in.
the door's just open.
Oh my God, I gotta tell
Like
you.
they would know better in Texas anyways. You just don't go in some farmer's house.
I know.
You'd
Look at
probably
all,
get
especially with
shot.
all the stuff on the wall. Okay,
Right.
clunk,
Wow, wow.
splat. Yeah, and the convulsing is.
Now here's a on a funny note. In some of our projects that we've done, like that's what I did. That's how I died. Was like Kurt in some of our stuff. I did the.
Is,
I would do the
Oh,
kind of
really?
convulse thing, but then I always did the spit blood up.
Oh, you love the spit blood up for some reason.
Because I saw it in every movie.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm doing. Like, okay, so it's because they got internal.
I know. Well, there's a yeah.
There you go. Nice. There's one of the best shots in the movie.
You're referring to
The following Pam, like from,
Oh, we're not talking from sexual. We're talking about just the
Yeah.
underneath the
yeah.
underneath the swing.
Yeah. It's
And from what I hear, yeah, they figured out that shot at the moment. It wasn't on
Yeah.
the shot list, and the producer was like, "No, it's not on the shot list. You're not going to do it." But they did it, and good on them. Good for them.
They just said, "Oh, just do it."
We just got to do it. It's too cool,
Yeah.
and it's like one of the most memorable shots.
Has she come out? Did she ever come out and say anything about the movie, or she
Yeah.
was one that kind of stayed away?
She's the one who initially stayed away, but she's, or actually no, because in '91 on TV there was that. I don't know. She's come out. I think how she worked is she initially was talking about it and then she stopped talking about
Okay.
it, because I can remember when she was. I think that's how it went.
I couldn't remember who all, because I think I've seen stuff with Jerry before.
Yeah, Jerry.
He's got he had some like weird circus.
He's
type
got a I
sideshow thing.
don't know if he's still got that, but he had some kind of business
Yeah.
going on down there. And yeah, there's interviews with Kirk and Jerry and obviously Sally.
Yeah, Kirk I'd have to look. Yeah.
Not so much Paul. I don't think there's really ever any official interviews of Paul.
Well, you know why? Because they couldn't pay him.
Yeah,
It wasn't enough.
not enough.
Right.
Someone must paid him enough for the commentary. I'm glad we got that
I
commentary.
mean, maybe that's why we don't see his face in the Texas 4 cameo. Is because you weren't going to get enough. So
Hey,
no.
who does he think he is? Robert Redford?
I don't know. I think so.
But when I was a kid, this scene used to just last like it was, or feel like it was 20
Yeah,
minutes.
it felt like this was like half the movie was the bone room.
And
Like,
for those of you who aren't watching along, Pam is fallen into the bone room, and
there's that reminds me of the famous Bone Hand. In our
oh, okay. I might that short might be on this channel.
Okay.
The short. I'm not 100%
hidden?
sure. Yeah.
Okay. Is that what it was?
I don't think I named it on this channel, but maybe I just said old.
Is that the one where we were? I think we were up all night, and I swung the bone hand came out. And I think smacked you or something. Do you remember?
No, you accidentally hit me in the face.
Right.
You tried to do a fake hit, and you hit me right in the face, and then you threw me over. Over, and you knocked the wind out of me, and I can't. I'm so lucky I didn't crack or break any ribs. You can just hear how hard I just land on the ground, and we'd been up all night. I'm half asleep, and
Yeah.
you knocked the wind out of me. Yeah, I was your punching bag for that scene. I was a
Yeah,
zombie with a mask on, and
Oh right.
I had a bone hand hanging out of the left sleeve and fell off. And okay, she's finally coming out of the
Whoa!
squeal. This is just terrifying, ain't it?
Yeah, because she looks so tiny. Well, she is tiny
Compared to, yep.
compared to non-green Leatherface. Look at that. See
Yeah.
the yellow apron?
Yeah, it's yellow apron and oh, see now setting up that hook with that close up there is
Now, see, here's something they don't do no more.
what?
Make you fill it in.
Oh yeah.
Make you fill in what's going on because, you know, people will tell you. I've had people tell me they see her go on the meat hook, like the meat hook penetrate.
They see it go in.
I'm like, no, you don't. No.
All
You don't see
right.
any of that. You don't even see the chainsaw actually
Yeah.
do any of that. But you know what's going on. That's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm. And history has been made as Leatherface starts up the saw, and
Yeah, there it is.
kind of misleading because you think he's going to saw her, but he's sawing on we can presumably Kirk.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Jerry's not in there yet.
Jerry's not in there yet.
And we haven't seen anybody else get captured.
And the sound that's going on here is just so great. It's her yelling,
Yeah.
chainsaw in the house and
Now she just saw her boyfriend get chainsawed up.
hanging on the hook. He's gonna get you. He's coming to get you.
Jerry,
You don't think it means anything? We'll
we'll protect you.
if he tries to get you.
It probably doesn't mean anything, huh?
You worry too much.
Well, he couldn't find us anyways. He doesn't know our names.
I think you're way ahead.
Probably.
I told him where you live, Franklin. I even gave him your zip code. He's gonna kill you. Jerry.
Look, the white eyes.
What are you doing?
I can't find my knife.
That knife won't do any good. He likes that knife, remember? Where'd you have it last?
Oh, I didn't have it last. You had it last. I gave it to you, remember? What'd you do with it?
Well, I don't know. Didn't I give it back to you?
No, I didn't have it when I got out of the van. You just never gave it back to me.
Fine, I'll look for it.
Good, you.
Good, you bitch. That was in our little edit. Remember this joke? We did a little audio clip. Franklin was mad and told Jerry how to go to hell.
Yeah.
And then we showed, how do I get there, Franklin? Well, there's a trail down there between them two old sheds.
It was like a crazy clip type thing?
On audio, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. How do I get there, Frank? There's a trail down there between them two old sheds. Now, if we were smart, we would have showed, first of all, Pam and Kurt going. When he said, they asked Franklin how they could get to hell, and he showed them. And then Jerry later on asked.
That's true. We could have made it even more of an epic clip. Are you mad at me? You really are mad, huh? I mean, the sync is completely... Well, I don't blame you none. Kurt!
Boom.
Yeah, the music here.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah, it's a shame that, to my knowledge, you didn't really want me to come, did you? The soundtrack has
Franklin,
never been released.
Day. Just tired.
Didn't you say something like, do you believe all that stuff about... You said something really nasty.
Yeah, probably something about tits and ass and stuff like that.
Yeah. They're 14.
Everything means something, I guess. We're 14, yeah, that's, what else are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
And there's no way you can follow us.
He's probably afraid Kirk will kill him. Ram him up the ass. That's what he said.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
What was your response?
I was just letting you go for it.
Oh.
Put Keith in front of the mic and
See what happens.
14-year-old Keith and let him go.
Yeah.
Then we also had a keyboard we were just kind of
Oh right, yeah.
pounding on
for music.
It's like, remember this?
That was and that was later on. It happened in here. Was kind of our first experiment with including whatever was on the radio into the movie.
Yeah.
Because in our edited movies, sometimes we had like the radio station
Well, yeah.
funneling into the audio,
Mm-hmm.
or it got picked up on the mic, one of the two. And
I can't remember. Yeah, it was really crude.
yeah, I've been thinking about you.
Yep, I wanna eat.
Eat some meat.
That was a little bit of Keith's Ad-libbing.
Yep, my early ad libs.
Now, I've always loved the late day sun here, how
Mhm.
it's like really low and orange.
Yeah,
Uh-oh, it's the orange version.
it's the orange version. Hey,
You're trying
Kirk.
You guys in there? We're completely off sync, by the way. Okay, so he's recognizing Kirk's whatever,
Yeah, he sees the blanket they brought, which is from the van.
or the rug.
Yeah, the rug or the blanket, something. All right, guys, come on out.
At some point, I think it's coming up here. Quit. I'm trying to quit. Hey, there it
Is
is.
that
Quit
you?
playing games.
Yeah.
Quit goofing on me. I didn't say it in time, but. Pam's that you? Yes, that was the noises she usually makes.
All right, guys, quit playing games. Come on out. Come on.
I think this guy's reaction is great.
Yeah, because this was his genuine reaction. I guess.
That's right. Yeah.
They pulled him down by the belt here,
Yeah.
but this is the first time I think he saw Gunnar Hansen as Leatherface.
And they got
in this whole
supposedly his real life reaction.
thing. Right.
What are your thoughts on? Yeah. What are your thoughts on her and this kind of a cheap shock moment? What are your thoughts of her in there and coming alive briefly? Just
Well, I mean, she was only on the meat hook, so she might not be fully.
yeah, that's true. That was just a spasm reaction.
Right.
Ah, clink. That was just hardcore.
Ooh, ooh. And right here, like in the green version, it looks like he's mopping the floor right here.
Oh, right. Right
when
there.
he grabs the sledge, like you could.
It looked like he was mopping right
yeah,
there.
because you just see like him grab the mallet, and he's like this. You can't see it
You
obviously
can't
in
see
audio,
Keith
but
in audio,
making
but
a mopping motion.
I saw that. Yeah. I just love how the sun's hitting the window there.
Yeah.
The late day
Yeah,
sun.
it looks so much better. Like like I said, but there is a nostalgic quality to the original version.
You know what? Maybe before the end of the year, we'll have to check out
Yeah.
the green version.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen that forever as well.
Yeah, me either. I don't even know if I have the green version anymore.
It's very possible. There's the fake teeth, which kind of look faker as the resolution gets
And they
better.
really wanted to sell them there. So.
What I love about that mask, is there's this hole in the forehead where, because it's a victim's head, so it's a sledgehammer
Right.
hole.
Yeah, I used to think it was a fly. Or was there actually a fly that buzzed around him? Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, there might have been a fly. Okay, so this was, I think there's only one horn at this point.
Yeah.
But when he starts honking,
And he's
it's like two horns in the
sitting in front of the horn.
the 90. Yeah, it's very. They must be lost.
They must be lost. They don't got a flashlight or anything.
I can tell you, I think I can speak for both of us as 14-year-olds. We definitely enjoyed her braless
Sally running through, yeah.
tank top.
Yep. And apparently on the director's cut, they were trying to figure out any way to get it off.
Oh.
Did you hear it? Do you remember that on the director's thing?
Commentary, or
Yeah.
I can't remember that part.
Yeah, in the commentary, they were originally trying to. That's why it was getting so ripped in the back. They were trying to sending her through these things. They were trying to see if maybe they could get it to come off, because obviously they were looking for more whatever. But
Damn it.
all the keys in the van.
I don't know if that's what he says there, but I think we ought to go.
Yeah, you gotta go back to that gas station and get help.
Her hair looks kind of gray here.
I know. Sally, I think we ought to go.
What for?
No, Sally. I don't think you ought to go. I don't think it's a good idea, Sally.
Better
I don't
not
think
go.
you ought to go.
Oh my God.
No, hold on now. I'm gonna honk the horn one more time.
Just give me the flashlight.
No, now I'm gonna honk the horn. We're gonna wait a minute, and if they don't come, then we'll go. All right?
I wonder if he's one of the most annoying characters in all of cinema.
I've seen a thing where it says he is.
Yeah.
You get this one.
Sally, they took the keys. We ain't got no keys. They took the keys with them. Stop it!
Stop it! Stop it!
No, Sally, we can't go.
Give me that flashlight.
What if they came back and we weren't here? All right. All right. All right.
Give me that flashlight.
All right.
I can't push you down that hill.
Oh, she said that early. If there's anyone listening along with the movie. Okay,
That's where she said it.
yeah. There it is. I can't push you down that hill. Okay, so this is Sally. Come on, ah! Never.
Never mind. I'll just go without it.
All right, Sally, wait. All right, Sally, wait now. Wait a minute. I'll come with you.
And here comes my. It might be my favorite Franklin thing because it's just so weird that they put this in here.
What's that?
All right, let's go. He starts going.
And then
Sally, I can't keep up with you.
Sally.
Sally.
And then he always
Sally, wait a minute.
right there. He always sounded like that woman from the '80s.
Hold up now.
That cooker woman.
Yeah,
Sally,
yeah.
wait a minute.
He just makes this
Julia Childs
sound.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
And like in the, obviously you could actually see it there, but in the old version,
Oh,
all you saw was maybe a beat of the flashlight, and you just hear this.
so Keith's perverted 14-year-old mind didn't
Like,
know
what's he doing?
what was going on there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this
Come on
is
now.
this is just great.
Hey, Jerry.
So I don't know if it's ever occurred to you about this scene, which is kind of I never really thought about it for decades, but it's kind of goofy how like so Sally's pushing him.
Yeah.
Leatherface comes out and starts chainsawing him, and it's kind of like all of a sudden, just like Jason and Friday 8, like all of a sudden Sally's like in a completely different position, kind of far away, watching it happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you don't see her move or run, or it's kind of.
Well, I think maybe because we don't see it, but maybe she saw it and then pushed Franklin to him. I don't know.
Okay, that's your
I mean,
explanation.
well, we don't know one way or the other.
So we know when the flashlight comes in the shot. Let's see if you can remember the line here.
I hear something out there.
Okay, he did it, folks.
It's a house. Come on, push. Push
see.
down.
Can't see it very well.
Come on, Sally. Get back and put it
Oh,
down.
it would be so great to have seen this in '74 with the Pat audience right here.
Oh, gosh.
I hear something. Stop! Okay, now look at all of a sudden, like Sally's like
She's off.
far away, and then she's like right here. Look at just watching it from far away. But we love the movie.
Now
Anyway.
you can actually see the blood a little bit more here.
Mhm.
Splatter.
Yeah, they're like
just a little bit, not a huge amount. But
flicking at him.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So the tank top is, I guess, gets ripped down the back somewhere during this.
Yeah, during running through all the thorns that they sent her through.
Oh my God. There was some interview, I think I want to say, with someone, maybe it's more recent, where some guy actually started like kind of crying, just remembering all the shit they put her through for this movie. The guy actually started crying. It might have been Robert Burns, the art director, before he left.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's like it was from an interview from sometime in the 2000s, where he was actually like, they put her through so much hell, and he like actually starts crying.
Yeah, you know, I mean.
Yeah, I want to say it might have been Robert Burns.
And I remember there's this shot of Leatherface coming up, like I said, and I meant, you'll see it really good here. But in the old, like I said, in the old one, his mask, his face looks completely green in the old one. It might be red. No, not yet.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
It's where he has to stop and he's cutting for just a little bit. You know, right there. Yep, that was it. Yep, there she is. And I always thought she was like stuck in a web or something right there before.
Right,
see
you
it
can't,
really
you
good.
couldn't tell what the hell was going on.
It's her hair tangled up in thorn bushes. There, that green face. There it is.
Yeah, okay. Mhm.
And you see the moon really good in this now too, or what would be the moon?
You mean the moon lighting? You
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Right here, I can remember that kind of in the music. I always thought that was the most badass shot ever. Him running out with the thing going and the sound of the saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think when like the news came down the pike? It must have come out in 2001, 2002 that they were gonna remake arguably one of the best North American horror films of all time.
Honestly, I didn't think much of it. I I know I didn't see it in the theater, for sure. But I didn't have really faith in remakes after they did the Psycho one.
Oh, in '98, yeah, it's a complete butchery.
So I was like, okay, now they're gonna do it to this, and
So you were kind of just indifferent.
I didn't. I mean, I didn't think they needed to.
Well, was there
Sure.
a sense of disgust, like, oh,
It was more like why?
yeah,
Like why?
I hear you. But it kind of didn't threaten you because it was like, well, there's no way they're gonna achieve anything.
Well, right, and then honestly, when I was, when it was coming out or whatever, I looked into some stuff about it, and I'm looking at the characters, and it didn't sell me. It didn't sell me not because of other reasons, but also because there was one thing I didn't see in it that would have. I'm like, okay, if they're remaking it, right? I didn't see a wheelchair. So I'm like, where's Franklin? You can't remake the movie without annoying Franklin. I'm sorry, you can't do it.
Yeah,
And they just, well, we could talk about that some other time, but
you can do a review,
yeah, they just shoved too much into it.
and it kind of made it a little. The beginning and like the end was kind of almost Blair Witch, like, oh, this is actual footage, and it's like,
Right.
go to hell.
W.E. Sawyer, or what did they call him that in there? Or what did they Hewitt?
Oh yeah, and that one
Thomas
is
Hewitt.
Hewitt. Yeah, W.E. Sawyer was Chainsaw 3.
Right.
Anyway, okay. So now we already talked too much about the
So here
remake.
she's
So
gonna
now her
she's
tank
gonna get
top is
Yep.
completely ripped. It would have been fun to see exactly when it got ripped, but it's ripped now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
And then they had to probably it was the same shirt through the whole thing, probably.
yeah. Remember them saying that like
They-
Leatherface had one outfit and it got so stinky and they didn't want it. They're afraid to wash it.
Yeah, nobody would eat around him.
Oh
Nobody
my
wanted to be around him.
God, I can't even imagine.
Yeah. And bonk, and then here you got a. Yep, there you go.
You got what?
That was the director's shot there.
He was hoping something more would happen. Oh, you mean just the nipples?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they had to.
This shot's great, yeah.
Yep.
Remember the trailer? After you see it, you'll start talking about it.
Yeah, yeah. It is. You'll start talking.
Or when the something like that. When the screaming stops, you'll start talking about it. Something like that.
There we go. Oh, and the deleted scene version of Leatherface looking, going, oh, tapping his head.
For anyone that doesn't know, there's a deleted footage of Leatherface kind of getting pissed off that she kind of escaped into the...
He's just peeking around the corner.
Yeah, and he kind of does a little bit of the
Whoa,
chainsaw
no.
swinging.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa! There's a lot of little whoas in here.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! No, you're all right. You're okay.
Yeah, I mean, luckily we get to spend basically from here on out the rest of the movie with Jim Cedo,
Yeah.
and it's quite fun.
Here you go. You can do this. There you go.
What?
There's nobody out there. Here
God, I'm not too sure. Oh, okay, wait, I know. There's nobody out there now.
you go. I never understood what this meant here
What?
when I was younger.
What?
Wait, got a call, please. There's no phone here.
Oh, okay. So in the late early '90s, you can't conceive of a building without a phone.
Well, no. When he says we gotta drive over to Children's, like I didn't.
Children's.
Yeah, children. Like he said children's, right? But I thought he said childress.
No, he says Childress, but we thought it was Children's.
Children's, right? Like the hospital or something. But children's, I guess, is a town that they never.
I think it's
Yeah,
a,
I guess
a
if you-
Texas town.
Yeah, I guess if you're from Texas, maybe you know where Childress is.
So one thing I want to actually mention here, since we're not listening to the movie, we kind of forgot about, but as in the movie at this part, the radio has become kind of a strong thing in the audio soundtrack. And in the beginning of the movie, the radio reports play such a huge part to kind of setting up the mood of,
Right.
of what's been going on, and they kind of fill in a lot of information that's not talked about. I mean, like what's going on
Yeah.
in regards to the grave robbing and stuff isn't talked about among the characters.
And
It's revealed through the radio.
and in and showing the barbecue there, I think you're supposed to start.
Putting things together, exactly.
And in the green version,
Yeah.
the one barbecue hanging there, it looked like a phallic object.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you said that. didn't you?
Well,
Why-
same with that thing
I mean-
sticking out of Franklin's mouth.
That was purposeful. They did that. to
Uh,
him. They said that. Look, he's got that in his mouth.
oh no.
This part.
This is
Yeah, here you go.
this is scary. What's he say?
What are you doing? You got nothing to worry about, young lady. You just cooperate, young lady. We'll have no trouble. Now listen. Here you go.
I don't know if I can.
There's no need to do that, huh? Nobody's gonna hurt you.
That's what I always say before I beat people up.
The broom.
Oh,
Hit her harder, Jim. Hit her harder.
isn't that what Toby was
Yeah, and
saying?
he broke the broom on her.
Now, when we were together last week, you told me that you did some kind of crazy clip of this where
Yeah, it just
you just
the beating keeps going for probably 3 times its length.
wow, it's just something you
And
did.
he's just sitting there like.
Oh my God, some perverted thing you wanted to see what it'd be like.
And then this nasty ass rag they shove it.
That's and in the commentary someone said it'd been
Yeah,
everywhere.
it just I mean it was. Look at the place. I mean, it's just here. Jim, just grab a rag and.
So, I would imagine you'd agree that this movie has this uncanny kind of, like you're seeing this happen for real to you. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's not film documentary style per se, but it almost has a documentary feel with like the things that are happening on screen. It
Yeah.
doesn't, it seems genuine, even if it is like over the top and we laugh at Jim Sedow's stuff.
Mannerisms, yeah.
I think it's just so goofy.
And the funny thing is like it is one of the earlier movies I remember that I can remember where they had met this innocuous character while they're at a gas station, and it wasn't that long of a scene for him, and then here it comes full circle and you find out he's part of it, part of the.
Yeah, and like you were saying,
Killers.
I don't know if it was on anything we talked about on camera or not, but last time we were together, are you seeing something?
No, I'm
for
trying
first
to see what's in
Oh.
or what's with the bed of the truck back there.
time? I know, it looked like it was, I don't know what.
like sand or something.
But briefly talking about the stupid kind of 03, 06 movies where like
Yep.
they took it way out of control, where like everyone in the town
Everyone in the town was a cannibal.
was part of the family.
Right.
Okay, this is a part Keith and I would really have fun with in 91.
Ooh.
He's, for those of you not watching along, he's poking her with the
Hope you're
broken...
not too uncomfortable down there.
God,
Yeah, nothing to worry about. You just take it easy.
now.
We'll be there soon.
He's not, yeah, he's not doing it to the screen. He's just saying stuff. Now.
Well,
Don't
that's
need to do that. No.
That's the word. Yeah, we'll be there soon.
Now,
which in the other version, I didn't know what he was doing right there, like that he still had the stick.
oh,
Jabbing
okay.
with it. I don't think in the green one. I don't think. Like what's he? I thought he was just kind of, using his fist.
So, is he in just like 2 movies, or?
Yeah, he's only in 2. That character. Well,
No, I mean, Zito. Is he in?
yeah, I don't know if he's in anything else other than this 2 massacres. I'm sure he's been in other things, but I don't know what.
What a great
Local stuff.
I mean, yeah, probably. He's just such a.
Oh, here you go. Half weight.
Yeah.
Little coon shits.
Yeah, when we were 14 and we were doing our version, we always thought he said half weight because we didn't know what half wit meant.
Yeah, that's because we weren't mean to people.
Because we weren't mean to people. We didn't call people half wits, we called them half weights.
Right? Where have you been?
I've been watching pornos.
You damn fool, you almost got caught over in Dukes. I don't remember what we said there first. Yeah.
No, because you said I was watching pornos, and I said, I told you to not watch them pornos, damn it. I had to
Stay
go.
away from them pornos.
I had to go along with your spiel.
I always find it funny that he can't walk the rest of the way down the driveway.
Yeah.
So now she was already at this place, and now she's going to be back at the place.
Yeah, I will say that, even though we're watching it with no sound and stuff, this part of the movie where Sally's like, whatever,
Right.
in their clutches is really kind of creepy. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, she's at the mercy of these, and
Get that girl out of the car.
it's kind of interesting how we found out. Okay, that innocuous, as you said, gas station they were at,
Right.
is part of the family, and then we just found out that the hitchhiker
And
that
he's
was
a part of it too.
in the film, which is more understandable because
All
he was.
distances apart. That's what's funny.
Yeah.
Look what your brother did to the door. Ain't got no pride in his home.
Okay, so now Leatherface has actually got a different mask on. I never knew that. He's got a woman like an old.
You little boy, you.
That's what Keith thought he used to say, and we're not sure necessarily what he really does
I
say.
think he says naughty boy.
Okay. Oh, no, the armchair is just genius, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, yeah.
Does Cito say like, "Where'd they get?" or something like that?
Oh, show me where they are. They didn't get away. Are you sure?
Now look at the hitchhikers.
Oh, I thought you was in a hurry.
Oh my God.
Show me where they are. All right.
Any of them get away? You missed it.
Are you sure? He's got to find something else to be mad about.
Okay,
There
yeah.
you go.
You damn fool! You ruined the door. Oh my God.
He just totally felt her up right there.
Yeah, well, she's a nice girl. You nitwit.
Get upstairs and get your grandpa. I kept just doing that, the mouth juice.
Oh my God. And there's an outtake from this where she falls over.
Well, yeah, do you remember also with the grandpa, like he slid out of the...
Oh yeah, because I don't know when the 24 or 48
As
hour
soon as you see
shoot.
him in the makeup, as soon as you see grandpa.
Okay, so they wanted to film everything, so they only had to make him up once.
Yeah, because he said he wasn't doing it again. 'Cause
Oh my
It took forever, and he
God.
was dying in the heat.
And he was like limp, probably, and
Yep.
like half asleep the whole time.
Probably. Like, dude, you just gotta lay there. We'll get you some supper. Get you something to eat right away. Yeah. What you got in there?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine, what audiences in '74.
Well, they were running out of the theater like as soon as Franklin died.
Oh my God.
Well, actually, before that, with Kirk, according to like what stories, people,
Stories.
yeah, what stories you believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
like
know.
right there, he like
Yeah.
in the
Oh, I remember that take because he like his arm kind
yeah.
of
I
falls
think
out.
that's what we put in there in our
Yeah.
thing.
For those of you who don't know, we also like in '97 after the Laserdisc came out with those other um, deleted scenes, we kind of did a special edition where we switched out a lot of the real scenes for some of the deleted shots. Like we opened and we restored the dead dog
Yeah,
shot.
and some people that I showed the movie to actually thought that was how the movie was
Yeah,
supposed to
Keith
be.
tricked people
Yeah.
and turned the movie on and didn't tell them that it was our
Our cut of it, yeah.
our cut.
And here's where that. Well, this is where more torture for Marilyn Burns with the what's coming up here.
Oh yeah, and the purported actual bloodshed.
Purported, yeah, where Gunnar Hansen said that he
Just took the tape off the
he
blade.
just took it. He just sliced her.
So do you think that is true or it's hard?
I guess we'd have to see what she said
Yeah,
if
well,
she's ever commented on it. But
yeah, I can't tell looking at it. It almost looks like it could be just a blood ball from the tube.
so, I mean, yeah, I
it's,
don't.
it's hard to tell
But,
because I'm not one who's just gonna necessarily believe.
well, right, but yeah,
We'll
because they wanted to make it seem like more grueling than maybe it was.
we'll take a look-see here again now. So if this is real, I mean, it's hard to.
I mean,
I mean, I don't
hard
know.
to tell.
It's hard to tell.
either way, Grandpa's getting his fill,
Yeah.
and there's the fruit roll-ups on his face.
Yep.
I said the birthmark looks like a fruit roll-up.
Mm-hmm. And I do think that the makeup on Grandpa is really pretty good, and how it kind of moves. When,
Yeah, and it looks a lot better there. 'Cause
And,
like on the green, you kind of see his hands, and you just kind of see something moving, but you're not seeing like the actual legs, like he's actually starting to.
kind
stir.
of get excited.
Yeah. And ever since we saw the shot of the moon here, we had to put that in our stuff we did, like the Friday.
Oh yeah.
And all that, we wanted that.
He's referring to Friday the 13th, Part 9 we
Yeah.
made in '93, which
Yeah.
you guys will probably never see.
Oh, why? Yeah, we can't because of the music, right, or something, or because it's called that.
No, it doesn't matter that it's
Oh.
called that. I guess because of the music, I suppose.
Yeah. Ooh. Now here's a now you see, like in the van, you got to see the hitchhiker kind of going back and forth bipolar.
And now
Well,
we're gonna
called
see
that.
like the cook.
The cook, yeah, he does that now. Now he they reverse roles
Yeah.
in a way. Shut up! Quiet!
I think in the green version that
Sound like a pack of hounds.
we're just having fun.
You think this is a party?
What are you laughing at?
Make him stop. No, you can't. Can't be helped, young lady. Some things you gotta do. Don't mean you have to like it.
You're way ahead of dialogue.
Please. Shut
Now
up.
what did we used to think about Leatherface here in the green version?
Oh,
We thought he had glasses. You
yeah,
like his
that's right.
face?
Yeah, look, you could tell why because you see the cuts of the eyes,
We thought he had like little
like
small.
like Jerry's glasses.
Yeah,
That's what I thought it was.
that would have almost been cool actually.
Right?
Yeah.
That's now if they would have did it again, then they could have did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He's just a cook. Shut up, you bitch hog.
Me and Leatherface do all the work. Ain't that right? You're just a cook.
Shut your mouths. You don't understand nothing.
I understand you ain't nothing.
I just can't take no pleasure in killing.
There you go.
Some things you gotta do don't mean you have to like it.
Okay, he was way early.
Yeah.
He was way early on purpose.
And see now he's getting into it.
That's where she says, "I'll do anything you
Yeah,
want,"
do anything
and
you want.
all these guys are probably asexual, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
he's
now,
kind of thinking about it.
yeah, the cook. Maybe he's not asexual. He's getting some ideas there.
They came from somewhere.
Okay, here we go. Wow, 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 wow.
And I like how his mood changes when that Leatherface comes down. He's like, see him kind of perk up.
See, he kind of looks younger right there when he's smiling.
Now, one thing I couldn't tell was, does he still have the blood on his hand?
Oh, I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. That'd be cool if it did kind of.
Yeah, he does look younger there. You're right.
Yeah, when he's smiling.
Ooh,
Look,
ooh. See, he was about to get mad. Now he sees Leatherface, and watch this
Yeah.
right here. Oh, hey, he's going down there.
He enjoys it for a while, and then pretty soon he's
You're
gonna.
crazy.
No need to torture the poor girl.
You're the chef, remember? You're just a cook. And me and him will handle this.
Get on with it. I gotta open up in the morning.
We ain't in no hurry. Because you ain't going no place.
You hear me?
I heard you, but it don't mean much.
There ain't no sense in waiting. Oh, I think this is where he says he's got to open up in the morning.
It. You were early that time.
Quite on purpose. I've been thinking. I was handing it off to you.
Oh. You always said he's the best.
We're gonna let you have this one. I don't know how much of a commentary this is. It's just fan watching.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm sure people are enjoying it.
I'm trying to remember this one.
I'm sure you screwed up this dialogue here.
I'm probably.
I don't think we knew like hook and pull gang or anything. I don't know. I wonder what we said
Getting
here.
the bees out of the way
We
faster.
probably said bees. I don't even know what beebs are. Do we know?
Beebs?
Well, yeah.
Is like the guts,
Oh, okay. Well, there you
the
go.
entrails.
Okay.
You know, or like getting the shit out of the way so you could.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Grandpa was the best killer ever was.
Yeah, it looks like
It won't hurt a bit.
it looks like genuine. Looks like they're really
Like the
being
arm.
rough
Yeah.
with her. Yeah.
I mean, who knows at this point?
Who knows?
Like her legs are so stiff here when they're like that when they bent her. That looked good how they did that.
Ugh.
Or if that was meant to be, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm sure. I bet you she was probably afraid they actually had a real
Hammer.
mallet. That's
I know. I wouldn't
Smash
even
her.
have trusted them so far into the shoot to you know,
a guy who can't see anything. And
have the rubber one. Oh,
hit her.
I don't want to hit her.
Oh,
Remember,
shoot.
that's what I said.
Oh,
I don't
shoot.
want to hit her.
Yeah. Come on.
Because Grandpa's lips are moving like he's saying
I know.
something.
Hit her.
See, right here, if you're watching with us, it always looked like they kind of put that metal tub on something so it would kind of rock back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
I always wondered.
Come on, hit her.
I think there was a slight hit right there in the sound, like a boom.
Hit the bitch.
And then here's the
Oh wait, that's the.
clunk. Yeah, there's the actual hit.
Come on, Grandpa. Come on. Come on, hit her.
Oh, this is where he's getting impatient.
Yeah.
Give me the hammer. Give me,
hit
give me.
Come on, Grandpa.
You're waiting for the hit the bitch, aren't you?
Hit the bitch.
Right there, she clunked Ed in the face for real. There's Marilyn Church doubling, or Mary Church
Yeah. Ah!
doubling. What's her name? What's her
Marilyn
name?
Burns.
Marilyn Burns. And Paul Parton.
Yeah, Paul Parton.
I love how you hear the chainsaw start up first.
Now it's weird. You don't see the cook again. Like, like,
Oh,
what's he doing in there the whole time?
he's probably going to bed. He's got to
It's
open
like,
up.
Yeah, he said I got to open up tomorrow, and the
already-
day's already there.
I got to open up in the morning in 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, so I guess were they literally in there for like 7 hours just to, you know?
Well, the thing is, we don't know how long she was unconscious.
Right.
So
There's that. Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of movie screw up, honestly, but
Probably.
we'll let it go. Now, what did you used to think was happening with like the hitchhiker? Did you think the straight razor was some kind of symbol with like he was doing a peace?
Oh yeah, I thought he was doing the peace sign to the truck. Like, watch. You gotta admit, it looks like that.
Even on this 4K
Yeah.
version, there's Black Mariah.
Yeah, they throw a great name for the truck with the driver.
I know.
Nowadays, that wouldn't fly.
Oh no.
They canceled.
Yeah. Anyway,
I just thought this was funny. He's like, what are you gonna do to that?
I know.
Like, that's gonna wreck the saw. Oh man, grab this. He had to land with the running chainsaw and a metal plate on his leg with the.
Oh, and he thought he actually cut his leg because
You
it
could feel the heat.
the
yeah,
heat,
yeah.
the blade.
Even back in the days, even I would not have done this.
That was so dumb.
I mean, just imagine being just wrong. Just
Well, yeah, if it had gone somewhere else where the plate wasn't.
and he's got a running chainsaw on the ground and
Oh,
everything else. Yeah, that he. So according to Gunnar Hansen, he's limping here because he thought he was actually hit. But I mean, obviously it called for him to limp after the
yeah.
hit, but he was going like that because he thought he was. I'm sure at this point he probably figured he wasn't. But.
You know, at Target, I saw they actually had a toy die-cast one of these trucks.
Oh, really?
It was so cool. I didn't buy it though because.
And then, and see, right there is always a point of contention if you actually got a.
It looks
Get it
like
on her.
Marilyn like hits the chainsaw away.
Like with the hand. But why would you hit the chainsaw away?
Well, she could have hit the non-blade chain part.
Like,
Well, there you go. All the Carol syrup is on the. There's a world
oh
famous.
God, I remember we did that Carol syrup stuff.
Yeah,
That
for one
stuff
of.
was. What did we put? I don't remember what it was in.
Oh,
But that stuff is sticky as heck.
So it's like 71 minutes right there.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's our kind of half-assed commentary / reenacting.
But it was good seeing the 4K one. It just looks so clear.
So it's the first time you'd seen it.
Yep.
So
Window washer. My role. What was your role, sir? Window washer. Okay. Storyteller.
okay, so they call it music score.
Storyteller and drunk. Who's who? You know.
Is there a separate name for drunk?
It just said in there.
Oh, I
It
wasn't
said
reading.
drunk. I'm guessing that's just the guy who had the.
Look at that's weird. W.E. Barnes, and that's W.E. Sawyer in Chainsaw 3.
Yeah, man.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But what do you think's the last time you saw this?
I don't know. Maybe like the actual movie. Probably I don't know, a year or so ago. Maybe.
Good.
I mean, not like super long ago, but
Good.
it's been a while. Like, I mean, I've had it on before where it's just on and I'm doing other stuff.
Oh, right. Daddy's
the
sick
little
again.
Waco, yeah, Daddy's sick again. I found that song.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be. I was just looking at them song titles. It'd be cool to have all of those.
right. I mean, they're probably just, well, most of them were just local
Oh yeah.
stuff.
Well, and there we go.
There it
That's
is.
Nathan Keith's first, whatever you call this. I guess we'll call it a commentary. And
Commentary, yeah.
actually recorded in August of 2022, and some outdoors. I didn't get too mosquitoed up. What about yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. I hear them,
Oh, you hear them by your ears? All right.
but not horrible.
Well, very cool. Any last thoughts or?
No, it's cool to see it. and yeah, do the commentary. I mean, I know part of it was little previews for some of the edited one if Nate puts that out in some fashion.
Yeah, feel free to let us know in the comments if you want to hear our audio kind of whatever you want to call it version we did in
Hear us at 14 years old.
14 and the pervert you were.
Yeah, not just me.
That's true.
Especially in the other edits too. It just
Yeah, well, when you're young, you kind of have few things on your mind, and one of them is something, or at least our generation. I don't want to know what's on young people's minds now. But anyway, that's another subject. But if you're good, I guess.
yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. Thank you very much for listening, and
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Keith, for driving over to do this.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, everyone. Hopefully, we'll catch you next time.
All right, bye-bye.